How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here with episode 11 of season 6 of the 100, which is called Ashes to Ashes. I'm already nervous. I'm stumbling because I'm still not over last week's episode. Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't so emotional, was it? That would be the biggest lie ever. What's funny is, though, Wednesday was a super emotional day for me because it wasn't just the 100 that made me cry. Something else I reacted to, a Stranger Things episode, also made me cry. That was a worse case, though. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm still not over last week's episode. I know Bob Morley is directing this episode, so I'm really excited to see how Bob does. Yeah, I'm just really excited. Josephine is now completely killed. With the fact that the bargaining chip that Bellamy was going to use against the Primes now obliterated. And yeah, I do kind of have a feeling that Clark is going to pose as Josephine. Because they don't know that Josephine is completely donezoed. So, and once they do, all hell is going to break loose, isn't it? So, yeah. But yeah, with that said, let's get on to this episode. I'm really looking forward to this. This is the 100, Ashes to Ashes. Let's go.
Help. I can't feel it. I can't breathe.
Eddie,
oh, is this a trick? Yes! For crying out loud. Not to be trusted.
Why didn't you let me go for the throat, like we talked about?
Because you should have aimed for the
I
head.
thought you wanted revenge. I want you to kill everyone who gets in your way. I want you to get revenge for Clark.
Clark needs to hurry her ass back to Sanctum.
Tell me what I have to do.
Oh, Maddie, let's not. This is not good.
Few hours.
Yeah, not bad. Better than most people during this heat wave.
So sorry, Clark. I knew you were a target. I didn't protect you.
But you saved her.
Bellamy, you saved me.
Abney, we appreciate what you did for us, but these are our people. We'll take it from here.
This isn't just about our people.
Well, it is for me, Clark.
Oh, Belle.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Everybody's awake. So what's the plan?
Someone wants to speak up first?
I'm sure Matt will be fine as soon as Houdini Miller breaks us out of here and we get back
Houdini
book of
Miller.
spells after the machine shop, right?
It's no use. Not without something to pick it.
What a surprise.
You got a better idea, Murphy?
Nah.
I mean, he did say that it was a waste of time.
The life taken
Step back.
to make that happen will be yours.
Oh, this is the alternative.
Take her to the machine shop. Test Abby's bone marrow formula.
Piss
If
off.
It works,
Piss
and
off.
turns you into a host. A daughter from her place at my side.
Say it.
Then I will be forced to take an eye for an eye.
Oh,
Immortality.
what a
or
prize.
mortality. Seems fair.
less than what
Not
Raven
your eye,
taught.
Don. Memories. You have the second moon.
Landed with 1,000. Genetically engineered with what you call night blood to protect against solar radiation.
That's why hosts are so rare. Why Josephine started oblation.
I didn't think she would take it that far, but...
So your non-violent
Okay.
revolution made things worse.
Bellamy, he doesn't want to kill his own people.
Why not? You did.
Bellamy.
I don't need a lecture
Oh,
on
boy.
moral relativity from the queen of cannibals.
Oh.
Can I talk?
Gabriel.
Uh-huh. Troops out there. Oh. And there is the truth.
Gabriel's a nightblood. He can walk it right through the shield and deploy it. Once it's in the air,
He finds our friend Rachel.
Bellamy.
She'll bring the shield down for the rest of us. We use the chaos of the evacuation to rescue our people. You kill the primes. That's how this...
Delicious. Good stuff, Belle.
It's a good plan.
Come on, you trust them?
All those deaths by taking one life. Would you do it?
Oh, lives
So
of
I thought.
the many.
I'm sorry, Echo. I truly am.
So we have to disobey in order to transcend.
The rules were meant to be broken.
When we were following Blood Rain.
Yikes. We know that Miller's got some regret.
Mistakes are forgivable. Not learning from them isn't. Impressive. Hold the blade, I'll get
Wait,
rid of it.
Awesome. Oh. The lockpick. Okay, okay.
Machine shop's this way. Come on.
Good on Miller. I'm loving this focus on Miller.
Yeah. The light swallowed her. But it spit me out. I didn't know why.
I'm sure, like, I have a feeling Dioza's
Now I
gonna
do.
walk out by the end of the season. I just have this feeling now. I just can't
For you.
believe it.
I was lost. I couldn't find my way out of the dark.
Oh, Belle.
I did things. Things I can't take back. Things that will haunt me until the day I die.
You got that regret, which is good, Octavia.
Asking you for forgiveness. Say I'm your sister.
Oh.
You're my sister. But you're not my responsibility. Not anymore.
Oh.
Go on. Got enough. Be right behind you.
Jesus, that is brutal. See, he's just a mess. Gotta say, I love the environment. So beautiful.
Quickly.
We're going into more Echo backstory. Holy shit, we're actually going...
No, I can't.
She kind of looks like Arya, by the way. Arya Stark. Oh, bloody hell.
Is that your secret then?
In the head. Bullseye. Okay. I'm a bit disappointed, not gonna lie.
Since I can't.
I never liked you, Naya.
Afraid to kill. I'll give you one last chance. Kill her.
I knew it was gonna come down to this. Damn, Naya.
One,
Why you gotta be a bitch?
two.
Show her she needs her too.
This is heartbreaking, just to... Oh!
I'm sorry too.
And get a crew is expecting a girl named Echo.
Congratulations, Echo.
Wait, so did she take Echo's name?
Don't let me down. Get her ready.
Shit! I was thinking, like,
Guess you could say
Wasn't-
it that way before.
wasn't Aya lookalike Echo? Holy shit!
You move, you die.
Miller! Go on,
Took you long
Miller!
enough?
We came for the notebook. We didn't know, or we would have.
Yep, she's now Nightblood. Which means Asgetta will rule once more!
Hesitation is death.
You deserved that. Bye, Riker. I'm sorry, dude, but you deserved that.
If Russell figures out that his daughter is dead, all our people are dead too.
so I
It's a
won't
risk.
fail.
It's a risk she's willing to take, though. She
If we can
needs
spare
to.
innocent lives, we should. We should.
Sorry, Belle, but it's part of the plan.
Well done, Jade. You just can't pick a side, can you, John?
The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm worried dies if I don't.
She's just playing it to
Echo's in trouble,
perfection.
too. I'll promise I'll do what I can for her.
Give us 2 seconds to make sure it's clear.
Go. Make sure it's clear.
Play the part. Play the part. Now wink, wink, wink to.
She really gone this time?
I knew you.
Yes. Boo-hoo. Now, as soon as I pull this trigger,
Oh
the
no,
little
she's
decoy
okay. Okay.
trick will fail.
Clark, is that you?
No, it's not. She put up a good fight, though, kid. Can't wait.
Holy shit, Clark.
We're gonna kill you! We're gonna kill both of you! And
Oh, this is testing. This is brutal.
time for my new drive. Being mortal sucks.
Okay, 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 okay. So that was awesome stuff. First off, I want to say that Bob did a fantastic job directing this episode. And there was a lot of amazing shots in this scene, like the Ready Shade Header chess piece that we had at the beginning, as well as the Octavia and Bellamy scene, especially his reaction to Octavia's plea, where he just was turned around and he did tear up a bit, but it was done in a way that Octavia couldn't see. But yeah, there was some fantastic bits that was shot in this episode, so I've got to commend Bob for doing a fantastic job. I think he's doing directing as well next year with Eliza, because I know Eliza's doing directing, but I think he was also set to direct as well. So if this episode is any indication, then the next time he does direct an episode of The 100 will be really amazing, especially with the shots that we had in this episode. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting story, because on the side of the Children of Gabriel side, it was kind of quiet. I would say kind of quiet. It wasn't as much for the Octavia Bellamy bit where they addressed feelings, but they were, like, for the most... Well, I say it wasn't quiet, and then we had the rest of the Children of Gabriel, including Xavier's sister, show up, and all hell was breaking loose. But for Clark, for Gabriel, for Bellamy, they were thinking of a way how to deal with the primes, and there was a bit of back and forth going on there, because Bellamy wasn't really approving of the idea of Josephine, of Clark being Josephine, because that could go awry, and shit hits the fan back at Sanctum. And Clark does take risks. I see what she was trying. Like, she's big and in the risk-taking game, and she wanted to try and have her idea work, which she's now getting an opportunity to test out, merged with the red sun toxin idea as well. But yeah, and all hell was breaking loose back at Sanctum as well, with Riker being killed. Not that I mean, yeah, I'm not sad whatsoever. Like, because I think he did deserved it. But I absolutely loved going into the backstory of Echo and seeing how Naya's cruelty did poison her mind. But I also really loved the twist that that she is actually Ash, and that she had to kill the real Echo. Because I was a bit perplexed, like, when it came to, like, oh, they're expecting Echo, and I was like, wait, what? Because Aya lookalike basically was, I thought, okay, well, she's Echo, and then Aya lookalike dies, and I was like, wait, what? So yeah, I really loved that twist. But apart from that, it was great going into the backstory and developing more on Echo, because I felt like she has had little development, and I am not shy when it comes to Becco and how I think it's poorly developed. And I'm always welcome to the idea of more development on Echo, because I think she deserves it so much. So to see a bit of backstory and for her to try and get common sense into Riker, by telling her backstory, by echoing how her event, what she like with her interactions with Ash, and how that kind of haunted her. It was really great to go into that story. But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed the twist, and as well as being reminded about how cold Naya was. Not just in like testing Ash, but making her kill Echo and making her adopt Echo's name. I think it's a great parallel to what's going on at Sanctum today with the whole taking your identity, with Josephine and Clark, as well as everything else. Well, Echo was forced to become the host of Simone, but that was prevented, thankfully, by the awesome team of Gaia and Miller. That was really great stuff to see. But yeah, I think Echo did the right thing in Killer Riker at the end of the day, because his mind was set after Echo told him her backstory about her interactions with Ash and how she had to kill the real Echo, with her interactions with the real Echo, and how she had to take on the real, she had to take on her name and do away with Ash, because Sangeta crew were expecting Echo. And that, like I said, she tried to make him see sense, but he was not having any of it. So, and Echo is pretty ruthless. And I would say after his actions, he was a bit like jumpy, wasn't he, with his choices, as he said, but he deserved it at the end of the day. So, yeah. But as well as the parallel to what's going on at Sanctum, I think it was also important to understand how hard this was for Echo back in her youth, and how you do sympathize with what she had to endure. So it does paint a bit of sympathy to Echo, and I do feel so bad for her with what she had to do and how she had to adopt Echo's name, how Ash had to become Echo. So it did make you feel so bad for Ash/Echo. But yeah, Bellamy was also impressive in this episode. Like, I could understand why he was worried about Echo, why he was worried about Clark posing as Josephine. And as soon as they went into like Sanctum's Hall of the Dead, I was worried Clark would crack, and she kind of had a bit of a crack when she saw Maddie and how she saw Maddie reacted. But I think for the most part, she did keep her composure cool, and still at this point, Russell doesn't have an idea. But it's so funny though, because I said in the reaction, it's like Russell knows, but he doesn't. You know, when, like, because one of the first big tests for Clark was to confront her adoptive daughter and pose as Josephine. It's like that test where you're just expecting someone to break to reveal their true selves. And that's why I was a bit worried with Clark when she went to confront Maddie, because that could have gone down really, really badly. It does hurt her, and you could see it on the small bits of her cracking, but I think for the most part she kept her composure cool. How long that will last, though, as she tries to execute this plan by releasing the toxin to create a panic, it remains to be seen, because that's the plan, isn't it? Like, we also got to find out a bit more backstory with Gabriel's and his past, about how he destroyed the embryos created by Josephine, which I think does lead to where we're at today. As well as finding out like how the primes were basically certified as godlike, because we had that false god yeah, I can say it. We had that. We have the primes being viewed as the gods, and we kind of got that explanation with the red sun toxin. But yeah, it was great for it was great to have this kind of back and forth debate with Bellamy and Gabriel, because I can understand why Bellamy is very concerned. But the thing is, Clark doesn't want another repeat of Mount Weather where innocents have to die. It's like Octavia said: if innocence can be spared, basically that's a win. And Bell is just concerned. He's going for the easiest and best option, an option that he feels is safest. Doesn't make his decisions completely unethical. It just, for me, is a case of, well, that mixed with Sanctum's acts, see, like, for Bellamy, he sees what's happening with the primes and their acts, it's irredeemable for him, and they deserve what they get. But also, it's that assurance that nothing bad happens to Clark, so, yeah. But, like I said, I can understand why Clark is, like, so determined, because this might be a safer way than innocence being spared, especially when we have to merge the two ideas into one, because Bellamy was proposing the idea, okay, well, why don't we make a bomb and try to shoot down the idea of Clark being Josephine. But like I said, the two merged into one, so Clark's, like I said, however long Clark can make this this personification of acting as Josephine work remains to be seen. I do have a feeling, as we've got 2 episodes left, penultimate episode, the cape gets unveiled, she becomes a hostage, Bellamy's got this worry, I told you so, and yeah, we'll deal with the primes in the final episode, but we'll just have to wait and see. I also can't blame Bellamy for not fully being on Octavia's side when but I also can't blame Octavia for her reaction as well. It's that case where you understand both sides, and I can, because the thing is with Bellamy and with Octavia's action, this show is creating consequences, and it shows that you have to live with your consequences, and I think that's really great. Like, it's big. It creates a big impact, because Bellamy is now saying for the first time that Octavia is not his responsibility, which is a massive statement to make. And it did crush his own heart to try to reject that plea from Octavia. You saw him how he broke. Like I said, the fantastic shot of Bellamy turning away from Octavia's side and him tearing up was brilliantly done. And it's not something he wants to admit, but it has to be said. There has to be that consequence. On a side note, though, she did say that she thinks that Dios is dead. I'm just expecting like a post-credit scene or whatever from the 100 Season 6 to show Diosa comes out. Everything's all quelled down. And yeah, Diosa comes out when the action stops with her daughter. Because, I don't know, I just don't buy that Dios is dead. I don't whatsoever, so we'll just have to wait and see. But, yeah, I can't blame Bellamy for his reaction. But overall, this was a pretty great episode. I also loved Murphy's involvement in this episode, where he was tasked by Russell to bring Josephine back. And we had that fake argument between Echo and Murphy when, because they can't understand trig language, so he told her the real plan, which was really, really great. I love the utilization of the trig language being utilized in this season alone, because Bellamy used it on Clark, and that was a great identification for Bellamy to know that this isn't Clark. Whereas they can trade secret messages between each other like Murphy and Echo did today, and thus Echo can play the part, and the Primes have no idea what the hell is going on under their noses. They are being played like a damn fiddle at this point. Not just with Murphy in this episode, but with Clark as well. So, in a sense, you do feel a bit... Well, no, you don't feel a bit for the Primes. They can go to hell, but... yeah, it was a pretty solid episode as plans have escalated and moved forward in terms of trying to deal with the Primes, and it's going to be nervous to see how these final 2 episodes do go, because I do expect Clark's cover to be compromised in the penultimate episode, and she becomes a prisoner or something like that. As well as Maddie, like, you've got to be really concerned for her. Yeah. I'm just worried about... Like, I always have been worried about Maddie, but I'm really excited to... at the same time, I'm really excited to see where her story does go. But yeah, overall, this was another solid episode for this season of The 100, so I'm really excited to see what does happen. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!